Hi everyone, I'm Alexa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a sunset slow flow. I was inspired by the sunset tonight. So I'm just going to do a short slow flow. This is great to do before bedtime or anytime. So we are going to start in downward facing dog. I'm going to get right into it. Come to your mat. Lift the hips up and back. Spread the fingers wide. Grip the mat with the fingertips. And then just pedal out the feet. So if you're doing this at nighttime, maybe you haven't had a ton of movement today, especially if you work at a desk, sitting at a computer. And so just notice how the body feels. And begin to take a couple of deep breaths as you find some movement, bending one knee and pressing through the opposite heel. And then let's find a still downward facing dog. Grow the spine long, send the hips up and back, and release the heels toward the mat. And take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then take an inhale, lift your right leg up and back. And then exhale, step your right foot forward. Ground your left knee down. And come into a low lunge. First, let's start with the hands on the mat, or if you have blocks, this would be a great place to use blocks on either side. So because this is a slow flow, we're going to stay in some poses dynamically first. And just allow the breath to take over. So you feel a nice release of the left hip flexor. Right knee is over right ankle. And take another deep breath in. And then on your exhale, walk your hands back, shift your hips back, and extend the right leg long. Now keep a bend in the right knee. Flex the right foot and draw the toes toward the face. And then lengthen the spine, let the heart space move forward. And find a couple of deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. And then breath out, come back to that low lunge. And then you're just going to move dynamically between the two. So nice and slow, take your time moving forward and back. And again, you can use blocks here if you need a little bit of support. So we're opening up through the hips a little bit, through the back of the right leg. And let's just take one more round. Shift the hips back. And shift the hips forward. And then tuck the toes of the back left leg, lift the left knee, plant the palms, and step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. And then exhale, step through. Low lunge, other side. So ground the right knee this time. And then place both hands on the mat or onto blocks. Left knee stacks over left ankle. Grow the spine long. Bring the gaze slightly forward. Just gently allowing the hips to release. And find a couple of deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. And then on your exhale, begin to walk the hands back, half splits pose, half Hanumanasana. Keep a soft bend of the left leg. Flex the left foot, draw the toes toward the face, and then grow the spine long. Send the heart space forward. Let's take a couple more rounds of breath here. One more deep breath in. Breath out, shift forward back to that low lunge, and then shift back to half splits pose. So we were moving statically, or staying static rather, and now we're moving dynamically. So this helps just to get a little bit of heat into the muscles. And you can move slower than me, maybe move a little faster than me. Just tune in and notice what feels good to your body. And let's take 2 more rounds. Last one. Shift forward, tuck the toes of the right leg, lift the right knee up, plant the palms, step back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale, lift the heels, exhale, bend the knees, and then slowly walk your way to the top of the mat. And then walk the feet apart about hips distance, maybe even a little wider. Put a bend into the knees and then reach for opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe shake the head yes. Shake the head no. Maybe find a little sway side to side. Think of this as just a nice gentle release, decompression of the spine, gently opening up the backs of the legs. You can bend into the knees as much as you need to. And then release towards center and toe heel the feet together. Bring the big toes together to touch a little bit of space between the heels. Let's take this nice and slow. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands to the shins. And then exhale, fold forward. This time, inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up, reach the arms overhead. Maybe watch the palms touch. And then exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, grow the spine long. And then exhale, release toward the mat. Plant the palms, step back to a plank pose. Take a breath in here in plank. And then exhale, drop the knees lower all the way down to the mat. You're going to take baby cobra pose. Press the tops of the feet down. Press the palms down. Roll the shoulders back and the elbows toward one another. Inhale, baby cobra. Just peel the heart space up off the mat on your breath in. And then exhale, lower back down. 2 more just like that. Inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, back to the mat. 1 more. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, soften down, tuck the toes, make your way back. Downward facing dog. Let's go back to that low lunge 1 more time. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, step the right foot through, ground the left knee down. This time, inhale, you're going to bring your hands to the top of the right thigh. If that feels good, you can stay there or reach the arms overhead. So you decide whatever feels best in this moment. Right knee stays on top of right ankle. And let the hips sink down toward the mat. But slightly pull the inner thighs in toward one another. And a really good way of doing that is pressing the right heel down, root down through the left knee, and then draw them toward one another. So you'll feel that fire up the inner thighs. Maybe you can feel the core engage. 1 more deep breath in. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Shift the hips back, half splits pose. Just 1 more time. You've got 2 more rounds of breath here. Think of growing the spine long, moving forward through the crown of the head on your inhale. On your exhale, maybe lower, heart toward the right leg. 1 more breath in. And then exhale, shift forward. Plant the palms, step back, plank pose this time. Deep breath in. And then exhale, lower all the way down. This time, bring your arms by your sides, locust pose. Let's keep the feet anchored down. Press tops of the feet down. Inhale, locust upper body. Lift the heart space up. As the palms face toward the mat, thumbs turned out. Reach your fingertips for your heels. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Press up and back, find down dog. Same thing, other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And then exhale, flow lunge. Ground the right knee down. Take your time coming up. Bring the hands to the top of the left thigh. Stay there, or maybe reach arms overhead for low lunge. And as you let the hips sink a little bit closer toward the mat, remember to keep that engagement. So press down through the left heel, down through the right knee, energetically draw them toward one another. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, plant the palms, shift the hips back for half splits pose, half Hanumanasana. Keep a soft bend of the left knee. Again, if you still need blocks here, that's perfectly fine. You're really looking for length and lift of the upper body. One more breath in. Breath out. Shift forward, plant the palms, step back, find plank pose. Take a breath in, plank. And then exhale, lower down to the mat. Locust pose again, arms by your sides, palms down, thumbs out. This time, option to lift the feet up as you lift the upper body up. Inhale, locust pose. Float the feet, float the hands. Can you draw the feet toward one another, but also point the toes back behind you? Deep breath in as you draw the shoulder blades toward one another. And then exhale, release. Tuck your toes. Come through all fours. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees and walk it to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Watch the palms touch. And exhale, hands together, heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold, nice and slow. No rush to get anywhere. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back, plank pose. Breath in, plank. And exhale, lower all the way down. This time, cobra pose. Press the palms into the mat and lift up just a little bit higher this time. And then pause here, draw the elbows in, send your heart space forward. Press the tops of the feet down, deep breath in. And then exhale, release, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Inhale, lift the right leg up, and then exhale, step through high lunge this time. Keep the left knee lifted, and rise up, full crescent lunge. You can keep the hands on the right thigh, or reach the arms overhead. Palms face toward one another. If you're reaching overhead, spread the fingers wide. Root down through both feet and draw them in toward one another. Send the tailbone slightly down. Deep breath in. And then breath out. Hands to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Other side. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, step through. High lunge. And inhale, rise up to crescent. Bend into the left knee, maybe a soft bend of the right leg, and then hands to the top of the left thigh or reach the arms overhead for crescent lunge. Palms face in toward one another. Let the shoulders soften. Root down through the heel of the left foot, ball of the right foot. Deep breath in. And then exhale, release, plant the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. And then exhale, step through to the top of the mat, spin to the heel of the left foot, come up for warrior two. So we're just moving through a couple standing poses so we can Open up through the hips and create a little bit more heat in the body. Reach the arms in opposition. Maybe bring your gaze over the right fingertips. Staying rooted down through the lower body, but lifting up through the upper body. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right arm to the sky. Gaze can be up or down. One more breath in. And then exhale, hands to the mat, step back. Downward facing dog. Same thing other side. And then we'll wind down to the mat. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, step through. Spin the heel of the right foot down. Come into warrior two. Reach the arms in opposition. Slow the breath down. Root down through both feet. Lift up with the upper body. Draw the right shoulder slightly down and back. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the legs as they are. Reach your left arm up and back. Breathe into the left side body. Deep breath in. And then exhale, release. Hands to the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels up. And then exhale, drop to the knees. We're going to move into puppy pose. So keep your hips above your knees and then begin to walk your hands forward. Maybe even bring the forehead to the mat. Keep the forearms lifting up, fingertips pressing down. And you can keep the toes tucked or press tops of the feet down onto the mat. Find your breath. Nice shoulder opener. Again, so good for people who are sitting at a desk all day or not getting a lot of movement throughout their days at work. So hip opening and shoulder opening is so important. Upper cross syndrome and lower cross syndrome is what we address. And then slowly begin to come up. And then go ahead and find a seat. And we're going to go ahead and rock onto our backs. And take 2 rounds of bridge pose. So bend the knees, press tops of the feet down onto the mat, and then reach the arms by your sides. Start by beginning to press some weight down in through the feet, and then slowly inhale, lift the hips up. So because this is just a gentle, slow flow, you're not looking for height here, just looking for some activation behind the legs. Press the balls of the feet down, press the heels of the feet down. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. One more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release, roll the spine back down, tailbone hits the mat last. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. Going for one more round, inhale. And then exhale, slowly move the hips up into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Again, not looking for a ton of height here. Just looking for some activation of the back body as you press the heels down, energetically draw the heels back. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly release. Good. Let the spine return to its neutral position for just a moment. And then draw the knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And we'll take a nice supine twist here before we move into Shavasana. So release your knees to the right, but keep your left shoulder rooted down. Maybe bring the gaze to the left, maybe close the eyes. Deep breath in, feel the belly expand. And exhale, let the belly soften. Slowly release, come back through center as the arms stay wide like a T. Inhale, and then exhale, release the knees to the left this time. Root the right shoulder down, nice gentle twist. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. One more inhale. And exhale, let it go. And then slowly bring your knees back through center. And we will extend out long for a short Shavasana. Let the arms extend long by your sides, palms facing up. Let the feet flop out. Maybe close the eyes. Let's take a falling out breath. So we'll breathe in through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. Allow yourself just a moment of stillness here. Just decompressing from the day. And letting the thoughts that come into the mind enter and then fade away. Breath is natural. Feel the belly rise and fall. And then begin to wiggle the fingers and toes and find some movement, deepen the breath. And reach the arms overhead, take a nice full body stretch. And then draw your knees into center, rock to one side, and begin to come up to a comfortable seat. You might be able to hear the bird chirping behind me. Sitting nice and tall, bringing the hands together at Heart Center. Thank you so much for joining me for a sunset slow flow. I hope you feel nice and relaxed. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.